Hey guys, how's it going? On today's video, we're going to be going over some BMW E30 M20 engine harnesses. This is an early model and this is a late model. These are both 325i engine harnesses. The E models, so the E models were only made in, what was it, 85 and 86, and then 88 also had a weird E model, but we won't talk about the 88 harness. The E model, early model harnesses have the crank position sensor in the bell housing instead of in the front of the motor, and there's a few other changes to the connection to the ECU. Unfortunately, I don't have a harness to show you. I thought I had filmed a video a while back and had it sitting on the back burner of an E model harness. And if I can find it, obviously I'll throw it into this video. But if not, there are some slight differences. This is a 87 harness, which was the last year of the I before they swapped over to this harness. And then this is a 89 plus harness. We're gonna start with the early, then we'll go late. And then in the next video, we will go over cutting up this harness to go with the motor. And if you haven't seen my chassis wiring overview video, go ahead and check that one out. So if you have any questions on your chassis harness, that'll help explain that. And now let's go over the engine harnesses. Starting back here at the ECU, obviously main ECU plug, and then you have a bunch of other branching off connectors. One goes to your OBC, one goes to your cluster, and then there's a few more that go to either the onboard computer or the cluster. Figured it'd be better just to show so we can see. This white plug goes in here, hits the T, and goes towards your onboard computer, and then it also goes to the cluster. You have your black clip right there, which goes straight to the back of the cluster, which goes to the green part right there. And this one is left open. And then lastly, you have this single one, which is blue to a purple, which goes into your AC. So it knows when to turn on and off the compressor. But that's it for that. Coming out of the firewall right here, we have these are two grounds, so these go right on the battery tray pretty much. These two go to your distributor that feeds your cap and rotor, and this is for your O2 sensor. Continuing along here, this really goes like this. This is your C101 plug, which will go into your fuse box. Coming. We have a power wire. This will connect to the starter, and then you have your ground for your starter. Keep coming. Then you have your longest one, which goes to your idle control valve, and then you have the 2-pin goes to the evap sensor, and then your 3-pin goes to your throttle position sensor. Continuing along here, this goes to your airflow meter. You have your 3 relays, your main relay, your fuel pump relay, and I forget what the third one goes to, but I'll put it on screen. And then for the early model harness, you have your, there we go, your 2 temp sensors for the thermostat housing, and the rest of these are your injector harness. It does not disconnect like the late model, so there you go. Continuing along here, starter. This goes to your alternator, power, ground. This will go down to your oil level sensor. We have these are the same plug, so it's a little confusing, and if you're ever having an issue, you can always switch these and that might fix it. This goes to your pulse sensor on your spark plug wire, and this one goes to your crank position sensor right here on the front of the motor. We have our diag plug right here. And lastly here, we have it's a single wire, although it's a 2-pin plug, which goes to your pressure switch, coil pressure switch right there. And then this wire goes to, it's a blue and white, goes to a cluster near your windshield wiper reservoir, which I'll put on screen right here. And that's where that goes. Now, for the late model harness. Much easier and simplified harness. Instead of that mess of wire right there, you have 2 plugs. Fantastic. So that goes to basically the same thing as those. One goes to your OBC, the other one goes to your cluster. You have your plug. Coming out of the harness, we have our O2 sensor. We have another ground, and we have the 2 wires going to the distributor. This wire right here goes to your power on your post on the firewall. C101 plug, just like the other one. You have your power and ground off the starter. Then we have a nice connector right here, which goes to your injector harness. So which is really nice in the late models is you can separate it. It makes it easier when you're pulling the harness and also when you're pulling the intake manifold or your injectors out, instead of having to funnel out all of those wires out of the center of the manifold. All you have to do is unplug it and it comes with it. So again, we have the 2 wires that go to our temp sensors, and then there's wiring in here that goes to each injector and makes everything nice and clean. Following along here, pull these wires out right here. We have your ICV, your throttle position sensor, and your evap sensor. We have the power and ground for your alternator. We have a single wire that goes all the way to the other side, which is your pressure switch. Most of the time, you just have a spade connector on here because the actual connector usually deteriorates. So it's just a single wire that goes across the motor. And now we have this one, which has a connector broken into. This one goes down to your oil level sender. And then we have our 2 switches, which is our pulse sensor and our crank position sensors for the front, diag port. And then as we continue along, we have our 3 relays and our airflow meter. As you can see, the late model harness is a lot more streamlined than the early model harness. Obviously, you learn over time, make stuff easier, and delete stuff that you don't need. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments below. If I can find the early model 85, 86 E model harness video, of course, I'm going to go ahead and put that in now. But if I don't, next time I get a E model in, I'll go over the chassis harness and make a new video of it. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. We're going to start making the wiring harness for this E30 over here. Go ahead, open that up, make the modifications that we need, run new wire for the different switches that we're going to add with the new ECU, and as well as the front cam sensor. So stay tuned for that. But that's going to be the end of today's video. So if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys need any E30, E36 M3, Z3M, E46 M3 parts, hit up my parts page at Rage It Parts or my website, rageitparts.com. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at TheMassDriver. And that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.